is this?
That's the tear gas, man. That's what hit me, and that's what hit me. I was like, ow, and I picked it up, and then I dropped it right away, and I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this anymore.
It is extreme chaos, and they're just abusing their power, and they're using their power like they shouldn't. It's really not right.
Some people might say, though, that you guys shouldn't be gathered like this. We're seeing stuff. I'm just giving the...
I completely understand.
You completely understand what?
Whoa. I would agree. Hold on. I would agree with you right now, but the problem is, like, they want us to do this. Yeah, why is the police gonna line up and want us to try to go at them?
People that don't even go here are just ruining everything. They're taking down our street signs, throwing beer bottles, and it's just really getting out of hand. Right now, we're being tear gassed, so I'm sorry if I can't talk.
What is your...
Well, just some dramatic interviews there from some of the young people, some of the students that were talking about what's going on there. She obviously is having some of that tear gas go into her face, and our own reporter Kelly O'Hara had some of that go in her eyes and said it was very painful to deal with for the time being there. But once again, the situation not good up there. You heard there in Kelly's live report before we had to cut away there that there was a helicopter there. I understand from some of the reports on Twitter that they're actually trying to announce to clear the area. They're trying to get everyone to go home, end this for the night, but so far that's not going very well. Again, we have Kelly O'Hara there on the scene. We're going to try to reconnect with her later on in the show. And we continue to follow breaking news where police dressed in riot gear are using tear gas in an effort to disperse an out-of-control crowd in Keene, New Hampshire. This is a very dramatic scene here unfolding at the center of town, the site of a pumpkin festival. It's not far from Keene State College. Investigators tell us dozens of people have been arrested. There are also reports of injuries, and by looking at this video, it's not hard to tell why. Detectives say people have started fires, thrown glass bottles into the crowd, and are ignoring calls to leave the area. We are staying on top of this breaking news story. You are watching 7 News at 11. We continue to follow breaking news where police dressed in riot gear are using tear gas in an effort to disperse an out-of-control crowd in Keene, New Hampshire. This is a dramatic scene here unfolding at the center of town, the site of a pumpkin festival. It's not far from Keene State College.
And investigators tell us dozens of people have been arrested. There are also reports of injuries. Looking at this video, it is not hard to tell why detectives say people have started fires, that they've thrown glass bottles into the crowd and are ignoring calls to leave the area. We're also hearing quite a bit about tear gas that is being dispersed into this crowd and a police line being formed. A story we will stay on top of. We're going to take a quick break right now, but when we come back, we'll have more on that as well as a check of the forecast with Jeremy Reiner.
Keene, New Hampshire, 7's Kelly O'Hara is there. She's in her live truck on the phone because it's really just too dangerous to be out there at this point, isn't it, Kelly?
Yeah, that's right, Ryan. Sorry earlier. We are inside of our truck just because the streets are just mired with a lot of angry people. So this is an annual family festival called Pumpkin Fest. It is in downtown Keene, New Hampshire, which is right next to Keene State College. But it's been ruined by riots and arrests by, frankly, a lot of highly intoxicated young people with nothing to do and nowhere to go. And some of those words are from the city manager himself. You know, they thought that they had this situation under control. They had 42 arrests yesterday alone. Earlier today, they thought things had dispersed because they had nearly 24 ambulances called in just to deal with all the injuries. But tonight, it seems that things have really surged again after 8 or 9 o'clock. About at least 1,000 people started to gather on a street called Winchester Street. You know, at the base of the street and at the top of the street were police all dressed in riot gear. Police not only from Keene, New Hampshire, but all over the state, just kind of trying to hold the crowds back from spilling over into other areas. They were shooting up tear gas, so much tear gas, in fact, that my photographer and I, John, tried to avoid the situation and go around it, and then we ended up getting sprayed with tear gas as much. It was choking, and it was choking us back. It was difficult to breathe. We were also standing at one point in time after the tear gas had dispersed on those big bins, you know, those big bins that you see in mall parking lots where you can donate books. Well, there were several of them, and hopefully you're looking at some video right now, and a lot of young people grabbed those, and they were tilting them over and throwing them and playing with them in the street like it was a ball, but it was actually a large tin box instead, and it actually almost hit and hurt some young women as well. We spoke with one young man who I want you to take a listen to right now, who has burns from all this tear gas. Take a listen.
So what is this?
That's the tear gas, man. That's what hit me, and that's what hit me. I was like, ow, and I picked it up, and then I dropped it right away, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
It is extreme chaos, and they're just abusing their power, and they're using their power like they shouldn't. It's really not right.
Some people might say, though, that you guys shouldn't be gathered like this. We're seeing stuff. I'm just giving the...
I completely understand.
You completely understand what?
Whoa. I would agree with you right now, but the problem is, like, they want us to do this. Why is the police going to line up and want us to try to go at them?
People that don't even go here are just rooting everything. They're taking down our street signs, throwing beer bottles, and it's just really getting out of hand. Right now, we're being tear gassed, so I'm sorry if I can't talk.
What is your...
It is getting out of hand. I would describe this as that in the center of this long street, you have a bunch of young people that are just acting crazy, rowdy, they're highly intoxicated. But then on the fringe, you have equally as many young people watching the chaos. They're not going to their dorms. Right now, there is a helicopter flying overhead over this entire area of downtown Keene. Supposed to be a family celebration, and they're flying overhead downtown, and this helicopter is saying, go home, go back to your homes. We have heard there are additional reinforcements coming in to town as well. We called the police. We asked if this is National Guard. We asked if someone could call us back and give us something official, but no one will. But we are hearing that the National Guard is coming. I've heard people chanting as well to the police, we won't go. No, we won't go. This is a chaotic situation. This is a chaotic scene with a lot of young people, with a lot of alcohol in them. There are fights breaking out, people being taken to the hospital right now. Actually, if you look at downtown Keene, you can see a steeple from a church, and lining a circle of a rotary are all ambulances.
All right, Kelly, we hate to wrap you up right now, but we're running short on time here. We hope you stay safe in there. Please keep us updated on the situation there. Much more on this throughout tonight and then tomorrow morning. We'll be right back.